What's up everybody? Welcome back to another Tiffany Outdoors vlog video. Today we're going to do some updates on the rack lighting and how well that's working. So let me pull the plants down one by one and take a look at them. There's the hawk. Before there was a Tiffany Outdoors, there was Tiffany the farmer.
Follow U-turn when possible.
No, we're not U-turning.
Hi. Hi, what are you doing? Hi, Boo. What?
This here is the moss that I propagated first, and it may have been too late for this, but I mean it looks all dead, brown, dried out. I'm gonna go ahead and water it and see if it'll come back to life. I don't know how well this is gonna work. It may be too late for this stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a water and try and keep it as moist as possible. First, let me see if it still feels attached. Oh, and it does. Kind of. Let's lift this up here. Look at that, that's bone dry. Bone dry underneath. Maybe it dried out too fast. Maybe that's what killed it. But it still has a good grip on that. There, so I'll just keep watering it and see if this springs back. We'll see. Give it a good healthy dose of water. Maybe it'll spring back up. And it could be that it could be that I used the wrong substrate for this. It could be that also. I do want to try some different substrate for the moss and see if that works out a little bit better. But until then, I'm going to keep watering this probably every day, if not every other day, to see if I can get this to moisten back up. Alright, that's enough of that one. Let's move on to the next. This is the pasture moss that I got from Bailey's horse pasture. This right here is still pretty green here, as you can see. It's still pretty green, but the only problem is it's starting to grow some kind of mold on there. It's looking a little moldy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some Springtails in here to help control the mold issue that I'm having with this. I'm going to give this a good dose of healthy watering, because it doesn't look happy. It doesn't look happy at all. Let me grab some Springtails. I have quite a few hungry Springtails here. There we go. I'll put 2 scoops. And the Springtails will help maintain a healthy balance between the mold and the moss. Give them a quick little light spritzing. There we go. Look at this. And this piece right here still looks really good, but some of this other stuff looks a little brownish. Again, it could be the substrate. I think what I want to do is try this again with some different substrate. More sandy substrate. Instead of using the cocoa fiber, don't use any of that at all. Alright, moving on. I found some of the star moss, and I really love the way it looks. It too is not doing very well in the substrate. Got little pieces that are turning brown here, here, a little bit over here. It's just not happy. Not happy at all. And this over here is just totally brown. That's just brown, all brown. not doing well. But, and there is a but, I see some new growth here. All this right here, that is new growth. So it may not be too late for this. There's new growth there. Also, new growth right in here. There's new growth there. Very happy about that. And I see a little bit new growth here. This little piece right there. And a little piece right there. So it seems to be doing okay. But the initial stuff in there is brown. I don't like that. I want to add some Springtails in here also. And since there isn't any mold in here, I'm also going to add some Springtail food. So I added some Springtails and some Springtail food in there. Just a tiny bit in there. And as that dissipates, I'll add more. Now, moving on to the potted plants. The cacti is doing excellent. I don't think I need to do an update on these. These look exactly the same. There's no change with either one of these. I have this one and this one. These both look great. They're both the same. It's these that look real droopy. You guys remember this thing? It was all droopy and it looked horrible. Since adding that light, I've got some new growth on here. All this right here is new growth. It's doing excellent. It's standing upright. It looks bright. It looks green. And it looks very, very happy. Increased the watering schedule. I water it twice a week. And it looks amazing. So, looks like everything is leaning towards that way. I'm going to have to spin it around to make it stand a little more upright. But this is doing very, very well. Guys, remember this sad plant? All the leaves were just drooped down. This looks amazing. It's growing very well. And let's see if I see any new growth on here. I don't see any new growth on here yet, but it's standing upright again. It looks great. It looks a whole lot better than it was. You guys remember how droopy it was? This looks really good. This plant here, you remember, it still has a few sad leaves on it that are not happy, but this here in the middle is firm, is happy, it looks good, it's standing up better. I need to do some pruning on all of these, get rid of these poor little limp plants that are sucking the life out of this new stuff here. And this right here also has new growth. This leaf right here, that little bitty leaf, this one right here, that's new. That's new growth there. And there's some tiny leaves down there in the bottom too. There's a little tiny leaf right in there. This is looking so much better, so much better. It's not perfect yet. I have a few dead dying leaves here, and that's okay because it's starting to bounce back. Got some nice strong growth on there. This here, if I didn't know any better, I would say this has grown some. This looks a lot better than it was. Some of the cute purple stuff is starting to come off of it, but I also got new growth down in here too. It's looking amazing. It looks really, really well. I'm going to be repotting these too. If I didn't know any better, I would say that this has grown some. It has grown and it has new growth there. See down there where it's all green with no white spots on it? That's all gotten taller and thicker. Much taller. All that right there is new growth. All that. That looks really good. This jade plant also has new growth on it right there. That looks really good. It's getting taller, bushier, bigger. Got some new growth here. It looks really good. And new growth here. It looks good. Very happy looking plants. This plant here, I can't remember how tall this was, but it looks like it's gotten a little bit taller. And new growth on top. Everything looks really good. I'm very happy with the way all of these plants look. So far, I can say that this grow light is working. The plants look a lot better. They look a lot healthier. They look a lot happier. And pretty soon, it'll be time for us to make some vivariums and put these plants in there. So I'm excited for that. I cannot wait. I've been doing some other stuff, but soon the vivariums will be coming. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.